Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my preloaders. Welcome back to my preloaders, I should say. Always good to have you guys here with me. And as always, proud of you guys for always setting the example of how important it is to be proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. All right, you guys are all appreciated. I know you support me as well as I support you. So thank you. For those of you that have never been to my channel, let me just tell you a little bit about the channel and myself. My name is Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward, and I created this channel for a number of reasons. The first reason is I want to share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, with a focus on slow speed motorcycle operation, because that's the most important part of operating this motorcycle, being able to operate it in slow speeds, 15 miles per hour or less, with confidence without having to have your feet out and stuff like that. All right, so that's what we focus on this channel primarily. Okay, the other goal is to help you be the boss of your motorcycle, and all that simply means is not being intimidated by this. Remember, the boss is never intimidated. The boss is in control. The boss is in 100% control, I should say. The boss has confidence. Okay, and if something needs to be done, you go to the boss for that. So I want you to be able to feel comfortable making left turns and right turns and U-turns. Again, I'm going to specify, I'm not specifically talking about 18, 17, 16-foot U-turns, dragging your floorboards. That's not what this is about. It's about raising your confidence level up so that you feel comfortable making 24-foot U-turns, 27-foot U-turns, you know, because that's usually the kind of U-turns you're going to be making anyway out there in the real world. Okay, that's the goal, to get your confidence level up. And lastly, I hold practice sessions in the parking lot, usually on a weekly basis. Okay. Those practice sessions are free to my subscribers, my preloaders. If any of you guys are interested in coming out here and practicing with me, check the description section, and it's going to give you information. It's going to give you a lot of information actually, but it's going to give you information on practice sessions. Everything you want to know about practice sessions, it's in the description section. Also, you're going to have in there the definition of preload, preloader, cone course dimensions, donations to the channel, and anything you want to send me. The address is in there. If you want to get merchandise, okay, merch that my wife has already kind of put together, all of that information is in the description section, okay? So guys, please check that out, all right? And for all of you guys that are interested in donating to the channel, all right, everybody that does donate to the channel and has donated to the channel, I highly appreciate it. You guys know I don't take anything for granted. I appreciate your donations. I appreciate the things that you send me, emails, comments, Facebook, whatever, all right? I appreciate it. But as I was stating, those of you that would also like to help contribute to the channel through donations, you can kindly send your donations via Zelle or Venmo to this same email address, okay? And if there's anything else you guys would like me to have, as I stated, this is also in the description section, but here it is right here as well, okay? All right, so yes, we talk about slow speed motorcycle operation here and things related to motorcycles for the most part. As I always tell you guys, if there's ever anything that I come across and I think it's going to be beneficial to you in any way, whether it has to do with a motorcycle or not, I'm going to share it with you. So you guys remember that I went out to Daytona and I made an impulse buy and I bought a motorcycle. So now I had two motorcycles down there, one wheel chock in the trailer. No intentions of me buying a motorcycle. So now I needed a wheel chock. So I went to the Condor tent and I met a guy named Teffy. And I told Teffy about my situation, and Teffy told me he would take care of me, and he did. So Teffy was nice enough to provide me with a Condor pit stop wheel chock. And that's what I talked to you guys about this in that video. I even let Teffy get on video, and he talked about it as well as some other products that he has. And I promised you guys that I would make a video on this, particularly on this wheel chock, so I can show you exactly how I used it and how I set it up. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so let me get the wheel chock and show you guys all about it. All right, guys, so here's the pit stop. This is the Condor pit stop, and it's in my opinion, it's constructed well, right? It doesn't feel flimsy and cheap. It held my motorcycle very well. I rolled the motorcycle right into it, got off the motorcycle, no problems. So of course, this part, there's a cotter pin on the other side, and this is what you would remove to be able to move this forward or backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mine is right in the middle. All right, that's perfect for my motorcycle wheel. So if you have a Road King or a Street Glide, that hole right there is perfect for it. And then you have another cotter pin right here. And if you remove that cotter pin, it will allow you to fold this part of the wheel chock down. Okay, and then there's another cotter pin here. Again, this is when you first buy it, you'll have to put these in there to assemble it. But very easy installation. I'm sorry, very easy assembly, I should say. Okay, that is the wheel chock. So I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to share with you guys how I set it up in the trailer. You know, I had to offset some things. I'm going to talk to you about my other wheel chock as well, so we can do a little bit of a comparison. Okay, so here's my other wheel chock, and it's in, you know, it's connected to the floor of the trailer, and it's connected by 4 screws. There's 1 screw, 2, 3, and 4. Now you'll also notice that right here, there's a hole there, there's a hole there, there's a hole there, and there's a hole there. Now the reason those holes are there is because originally I had that wheel chock in the middle of the floor. Because remember, I only had one motorcycle, so I had it right here in the middle. And once I bought this other motorcycle, now I had to relocate the wheel chock. So I want to let you guys know that what I used to put this wheel chock into the floor of my trailer are these. Okay, so what this is you see this right here? That goes into the floor, okay? You have to drill a hole into the floor, and then you attach, you screw this in with an Allen wrench into the floor, okay? Once you do that, now the screws that come along with it will allow you to screw the wheel chock into the floor. Now the reason this is beneficial is because now you don't have to keep the wheel chock there if you don't want to. All you have to do is remove 4 screws, bam, that wheel chock comes right up. So I thought that's what I was going to have to do with the Condor wheel chock, because here we go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it also has 4 screws. All right, no problem, right? I can do that. Ah, not necessary with this. Check this out. So what's also available for you, it doesn't come with it, it's something that's available for you if you so choose to use this, is an adapter. So you see this thing on the floor? Okay, so this is actually attached to the floor, and it's in there good too. 2 screws. Now the hardware of course is supplied, and you have 2 keyholes here. Okay, and then you have another hole here. Let's go over what all of that stuff does. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to attach that thing to the floor. And if you want to really make sure it's secure, remember, we're toting around 900-pound motorcycles, 900 plus. You're going to have to attach it to one of the metal membranes, support members going across the bottom of the trailer. All right, so we're under the trailer, and as you can see, there's the 2 bolts. Bolts, nuts, and washers. 2 of them. That's all you need. Of course, I had to drill 2 holes. So I had to drill through 2 holes through the metal, of course, with the proper bit. Once that was done, very easily, put the bolts down through the hole with the washers. I had somebody help me. It was actually Traveling Tall that helped me. He came on this side and held the power screw a power screwdriver in here, and I held the nut on the other side, and he just tightened it down. Okay, bam, so that got that in there. Okay, now step 2. You see these 2 screws in the bottom right here, one here and one here. Now those are adjustable. You make them as deep or as shallow as you need them to be. Those screws are for the keyhole. Let's go look at the keyholes. All right, guys, so remember the hole I told you about? Well, I told you about more than one hole. Remember this hole right here, right? And then you have another hole right here. So that is going to be, once we have it hooked up, we're going to use that. That's the locking key. All right, you'll explain more once I put it on. Okay, so remember those 2 pins? I told you that's what goes into the keyholes. So what you do is you line that up. Now remember the top of the key, the bottom of the keyhole is the big part. That's where you put it in. And then you push it forward. Okay. Now that's where the key comes in. That hole that I told you about, those 2 holes, through the hole of the wheel chuck into the hole on the adapter in the floor. You screw that in. Bam, you're done. So now that wheel chuck is not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about putting 4 screws in. Nice and easy. And that's an easy, quick release. So when it's time to take this out, all you have to do is unscrew this, pull the wheel chuck back towards you and straight up, and it's free. All right, let's put the motorcycle in it. And that's it, guys. Now that's just with the wheel chuck, no tie downs. Of course it will be tied down, but it's secure. All right, so let me just give you another angle of it. Now I'll also say that I feel 100% confident with the motorcycle and that wheel chuck and me walking away from it. So my current wheel chuck right here, you know, not so much all of the time, but here it is. It's in there, it's secure. Now, another thing that Teffy was telling me is with this wheel chuck and with the adapter that I'm using, you really only need 2 tie downs. You don't need 4 tie downs. And basically what he's saying is with the motorcycle and the wheel chuck, and you guys know I messed this up because I didn't understand what he said or I wasn't paying attention. But he clearly explained it the way it should be explained. So that's on me, not on him. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to tie the motorcycle down and you want to make sure that the straps are near the rear of the motorcycle, right? And that it's pulling the motorcycle into the chock, okay? If you do that properly, probably only need 2, not even probably, you only need 2 tie downs, okay? So I'll know that in the future. So what I was thinking about doing, guys, is I'm not gonna leave this wheel chuck here all of the time, or I might. And clearly I'm gonna take this one off because I have a nice adapter. But what I'm gonna do is those screws that I showed you, I'm gonna put them in these 4 holes. And that way, if I'm ready to move just one motorcycle, all I have to do is move the old wheel chuck back into the middle where it was and go from there. Now what I really want to do, guys, is I actually want to get another Condor jack. That would make most sense. A, it would look better. B, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but look at that Condor wheel chuck. What does that match? It matches the trailer, it matches the truck, and it matches the motorcycle. So ideally, I want to get another Condor wheel chuck and put 2 of them in there with 2 adapters. And then that's perfect. I don't ever have to worry about it again. Okay? Or maybe 3 adapters. I'll put an adapter in the middle for if I'm taking one motorcycle. And then I'll put the second adapter on the right side where the old, where this old wheel chuck currently is. And that way I'm always ready, because it's a nice, quick, easy release. Where whatever I'm doing, whatever the situation, if I got 2 motorcycles or if I got 1, boom, nice and easy. And taking the motorcycle out of the wheel chock is just as easy. You guys know I get on the motorcycle usually on the high side. I step on the right floorboard. I can still do the same thing while it's in the wheel chock. Put it in neutral just to make it easier to pull out. Nice and easy. Now that other wheel chock, sometimes it was a struggle for me to get it out of there, but I like that much better. Put it back in. Nice and easy. So very secure, guys, very secure. So guys, I'm gonna end this video by saying, oh my gosh, highly recommend this Condor wheel chock, highly recommend. And you guys know, I'm always going to give it to you right down the middle, 100%, no sugarcoating, no BS. And I'm never, ever, I want you guys to hear this, I'm never, ever, ever going to recommend something to you guys. I don't care if somebody provided it to me or not, if I don't think it's a good product and if I don't think it'll be good for you. Okay, so with that being said, highly recommend this wheel chock, and I also highly recommend the adapter that goes with it if you're going to use this in a trailer. Because again, you can use this in your garage, you know, you can use it on your driveway, you know, wherever you want to use it. But for me, this is the ideal location for that wheel chock. All right, guys, I'm also going to put a link in the description for the Condor pit stop wheel chock, as well as the adapter for it. All right, guys, as I always say, I appreciate you spending some time with me, because it's anything you guys could be doing with your time. And the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I appreciate that. All right, I want to give a shout out to all my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there and know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, specifically Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Motorcycle District Highway School, because that's who taught me how to ride that motorcycle the way I ride it. But as I always tell you guys, it doesn't stop there. The learning doesn't stop there. You have to keep practicing. It's a perishable skill. If you don't keep practicing it, you're going to lose parts of it. All right, guys? All right, so practice, practice. Preload and keep it loaded, and practice, practice. Preload and keep it loaded, and practice, 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 guys. Because the more you practice, the quicker your confidence will build up, and a confident rider is a safer rider. Until next time, guys.